Okay, back to SQL and UI basics. Visualizations, right? I've showed some simple SQL stuff and how we can kind of slice and dice and cutting board our way to some, actually, useful things, be it for exploration or for, shipping to your users, whatnot. Let's do some viz. So we have this table here. I don't really need class because it's pretty redundant at this point, so I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to drag that out and remove it, and then, as you can see, it's gone from our query. And you can see that the Honey SQL version, like the closure, vectorized, and map format, and then we have the materialized SQL down here. So you can do the kind of old school thing, right? And say like, oh, well, row count, I want that to be, Y, and I want season to be X, and it'll build you a nice Vega light chart, and you can do that, and that's all well and good. I like that. Let's say we can say maybe we want the color based, and that's awesome, right? It'll build that for you. The idea is to generate code for the user that the user can then go and tweak and do what they want with, right? Be that in a scrubber, type situation, or, let me change this to square. I'll change it to bars where there's some spaces. To basically generate some code to build a thing that then you can then tweak and take wherever, right? Which is cool. Like that's awesome. But another thing is that people do a lot of the same vizzes all the time, right? So I had this user space system that basically looks at a table. Let me start running it now, so it'll take a second. That starts looking at a table, and based on combinations the users have picked out, right? Like this kind of column with this kind of field is a dimension, and this kind of viz uses a dimension and two measures, and this is how it's kind of like a template system. I'm not going to go too much into it here. This is more just like an overview. But so I ran that, and it said, I forget what it said, like 300 something found. I can click this little guy here, and it'll actually show me, using my own data, the top vizzes in each category that it found. And obviously, yeah, this is auto-generated, so it's not going to be the best stuff in the world. But what's cool about this is that it gives you kind of that starting point, right? Like I can drag this out and say, okay, so fixed month rows, that's cool. Let me move you over here, and let's take this and make them a little more slim. Let's go back to the viz, and where's the dreaded pie chart? So I'm going to double click on this pie Nevo and look at all the pie charts, because everyone loves to hate on some pie charts. All right, we'll do rows by season. I'll drag this in here. That's cool. Rid of this. And then, like before, since these are all tethered together using the filter, they'll all work downstream, like anything else. In addition to that, they're also enabled to do most viz libraries can click as well, right? So you see, just by here, I didn't enable anything. It was pre-configured to do this, so I'm clicking on things and I'm getting the season, right? So if I wanted to have the season filter something else, and you can go, all down through that rabbit hole. Another cool thing with the generation is that if I go back to this viz, you can see, so we have our query that it made for us, right? And we have the viz that it made, and we can go and scrub and do all kinds of, where's the radius offset? Yeah, anyways, we can do all that. But also, since we picked this from the viz recommendation engine, it knows what the other options were, right? So in this category, we could have chosen all these other dimensions. This is just a different way of going through them, right? These are all the other things that fit what we were searching for this category. Oh, and there's only one option for Y. It's rows in this case. And class, it should only be one. But again, just kind of a neat way to, like, I want to find the whole premise of Rabbit is kind of like, get me the fastest way to get some stuff that I need, right? But then give me endless opportunity to tweak it and fork it and do whatever the hell I want. That's kind of the thing. And then save that to source control and then ship out to my users and just have like an awesome, fast way of getting stuff done. That's also, kind of cool, kind of interesting, right? This is a canvas-based approach. It's not tons of boxes. I mean, yes, I have my editor boxes and I have other UI and stuff like, this is the history box. Hey, if you're going to have a history box, you might as well show the history and what it looked like. Crazy, right? If I go to this query, it shows the old versions of the queries. Like, holy shit, like, who knew? But you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do stuff, empower the user and let the user do stuff and let them build stuff and help them along. And for your advanced users, they can go in there and they can just write, whatever the hell they want. Anyways, it went on a bit long for this, for the SQL segment, but I'll be back with another one in a minute.